Hello everybody, how's it going? Chris here, and I am making this video today that is long overdue, something I've wanted to do a very long time ago, but today we are going to be doing a review of the Simplex after just about 2.5 years of me swinging this thing. I wanted to do a review maybe after 30 hours or so, after I got used to the machine. And those 50 hours went by quickly within the first month, and then I just kept swinging. It's been a fantastic machine. I absolutely love it. I would absolutely recommend it to anybody beginning or a second machine. If you have something that's a high dollar machine, you wanted to get a cheaper one. We all know the Simplex is a very affordable price for just about anybody. You can easily spend double this or close to that on a machine that, in my opinion, isn't as good as this Simplex. And it's got a lot of great features. We're going to go over some of those features and talk about the Simplex and let you know what I think of it. Now, back when I got the Simplex, I had actually won this Simplex at Dig Stock in Chazy, New York in 2019. Being one of the first released ones, there were some that did have some coil issues, and that's what's hanging up behind me here is the original coil that came with this machine. I had a little test garden that I made in my yard, and I had only taken this machine on one hunt prior to making my test garden. And on that first hunt, it was excellent. I found the very first signal, very first hole that I dug with this Simplex was an Indian head scent. I was thrilled, and I wound up getting a large scent that day, a tiny old fishing reel, little horse figurine that is just really cool. Love stuff like that because you never know if you'll dig that again, and you probably won't. It's a very unique piece of history. Who knows what it was from, but but it did excellent that first hunt. It was actually a group hunt with my club, and I took it home, went to go in the test bed. I had silver quarters, Morgan silver dollar, bells, all kinds of things buried in the ground, anywhere between 5 to 10 inches. And I had a Morgan silver dollar at about 5-6 inches, and the Simplex wouldn't pick it up. I tried everything I could. I said, that's really bizarre. And my other machine that I had could pick it up, no problem. And I contacted NoktaMakro, contacted DLEC, and they took care of me instantly, very well. It was a nice, easy process. They shipped out a new coil to me, and I had it from Turkey within a couple of days here. I just cut the cord on the stock coil, sent them a picture of it. They sent me, and the serial number, they sent me a new coil, and then everything was great. And then I never did that test garden test, partially because the stuff wasn't in the ground long, and I'm not a true believer in air tests for one, and in gardens the stuff really has to be in there for a long time and start to get corroded, or have the soils mix in and pack in more and freeze over a winter, or a bit of time to fluctuate in the ground and have things change a little bit, because we all know that no matter what you do with air tests or test gardens, depending on how you set them up, I guess, that it's nothing like when you're out in the actual field. So, or in the environment field, beach, wherever you are, park. So, we're going to turn on the Simplex and go over some of the features of it, and then I'll give you a little bit more of my opinion. Alright, so we have the Simplex here on the table. The Simplex is a waterproof machine. The whole unit is waterproof up to 10 feet. So if you weren't aware of that, which I think most people know this machine by now, but it is waterproof up to 10 feet, submersible. When you turn the machine on, the button is here right in the center. You push and hold it for a couple of seconds, and you'll see the LCD screen light up. And if for some reason you ever have to do a factory reset to this machine, when you turn on the power button and you see Simplex come across the screen, you're going to hold these two buttons here, and it's a pinpoint and the cogwheel button at the same time, and it will do a factory reset of your machine. We do have another video that shows exactly how to do that. If you do that, you will also have to repair your headphones. Those are easy as well. All you have to do to repair your headphones, press the green button and hold it on the side, turn on the headphones, press your two buttons here on top, and that will connect your Bluetooth headphones, and you'll see the little symbol up there when it connects. Very easy. You do not have to ground balance this machine when you get to places. It is set at 90. It's pretty stable at 90. Of course, in my opinion, it is important to do a ground balance. So I do always ground balance. Always make sure that when you ground balance, it's on clear ground, that there's no signals in the ground when you ground balance, as it will throw it off, of course. And when you ground balance, you will go into this mode here. You press the cog button twice, hold the ground balance, the pinpoint button, and that will ground balance for you. You're going to pump the coil a few inches off the ground until it beeps and your ground balance is set. I've heard a couple different things, whether people say, oh, I do it till it beeps once, I do it till it beeps 3 times. I do it personally till it beeps 3 times. And that's where I go with. If I have any issue ever in a place that's really highly mineralized and the ground balance doesn't seem to do good, I will manually set mine to like 90.1, and it seems to always be good there. Has been good for me anyhow. So you have a mute button here, as long as you've updated. I'm running 2.77 on this, by the way. So you can mute and unmute with that. You have your cogwheel button here. This will change the volume. Your speaker or headphone, that's ground balance. And you can go through all the features for the frequencies, vibration on the grip, your backlight. I really like this machine. It's been very good to me. I think everybody knows that watches my channel, that I really, really love this machine. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the Legend brings out. I'm hoping to get one of those soon and see how it does on these grounds that I've hit really hard with this Simplex. Up top, of course, you have field mode, and you have Park 1, Park 2, Beach mode, and all iron mode, all metal mode. So normally I run on Park 1, 1 notch from full sensitivity. I usually have my iron audio on 1, and I set ground balance and I go. And it's basically as simple as that. So if you're a beginner, it's a real easy machine to use. And like I said, if you're been detecting for a while and you're looking for a second machine, or this is the one for you, in my opinion. There's a lot of competition out there, of course, but I am very happy with my Simplex. It's very durable. I've now had it for 2.5 years and have not had a single issue with it. Besides the coil that I mentioned at the beginning, which was a known issue on some of them. It wasn't even all the units, but there was quite a few of them out there, and mine was one of those. And NoktaMakro's customer service and everyone that I spoke with were super, super good, nice and easy, fast shipping. I couldn't ask for any better, and definitely completely satisfied with everything that happened there. And everything that has happened since I've had it. Found tons of great stuff. So, in my opinion, this is definitely a machine to get still after all this time that it's been out. it's a single frequency, so you don't have multi-frequency like you would in like a Vanquish. However, the Vanquish is not waterproof, which was a real important feature to me. These headphones, the green headphones, are not waterproof. I can tell you I've wore them out when it was drizzling out, as long as it wasn't pouring, and haven't had any issues. And I use my headphones all the time, so only time I ever use a speaker on here and I don't use headphones is if I'm in the woods by myself, and even then, I usually use the headphones and I take one ear cuff off a little bit so I can hear the surroundings around me. But it's been great. To change the sensitivity, just these center buttons, up and down. You see the bar go up and down there. This is your mute button. Very important when using a pinpointer that's going to interfere or make some noise. I use it like clockwork. It's so easy and just a habit and a great thing to have. Ever since they came out with it, I use it all the time. To go through the modes, these buttons on top, these will go through your all metal, field, park 1, park 2, and beach. I'm just going to set it to park 1 because that's normally where I hunt in. And definitely read the manual and learn the machine, but it's really simple and it's incredible. I do have the SP24 coil as well. This coil is truly incredible. It's great for trashy areas, for parks. I like to dig a lot of cellar holes and areas where there's a lot of iron. This coil is incredible for picking through trash, picking through iron. I highly recommend it. Get one of these. Just get it. You can run the machine at full sensitivity with these, and it's very stable. There's not much chatter. Sometimes with the stock coil at full sensitivity, you get a little bit of chatter and some falsing. That's why I run it at 1 notch less than full, and I never have a problem. It's super stable and awesome at that setting for me. Get the snake skins on it. I have the red and black one on my stock coil, green and black on my SP24. Got these from Andy O'Neill at wedigitmetaldetectors. So if you're looking into dressing up your Simplex, your machine a little bit, get some of these. Pretty cool. Definitely head over there. And yeah, it's been a great coil for me, and it still goes very, very deep. Don't let it fool you. It's maybe an inch difference from the stock coil from what I've noticed in my experience. So still deep, separates well with the trash, and it's great for those areas. So definitely get yourself an SP24 coil. You can see the Simplex is very dirty, muddy. I haven't cleaned it. Last time I went out, it was like a mud bowl. Had some fun. Got some good stuff. What else could you ask for, right? But it is important to keep it clean. It is important to take off your coil cover, which I won't attempt to take it off now until this is cleaned because it's got mud caked all on it. It is important to take off your coil cover and clean that stuff out from inside the cover and between the cover and the coil. I usually do it with just warm water. Sometimes if I need to, I'll take like a toothbrush to scrub and clean everything off. But keep that clean. I mean, it only takes a little piece of foil to get in there, or some debris, some highly mineralized soil in between there, and I've never had the issue, but it could make your machine act funny. But normally I keep it clean. And so this machine for me, I have found tons of stuff. I think even with a stock coil, it's great even in trashy areas. If you work it real slow, if you have to turn the sensitivity down by all means a notch or two, you'll probably do even a little better. Park 2 is probably a little better in more trashy area than Park 1. Beach mode, this thing, you can hunt on the beach with it. You have to ground balance. I would highly recommend ground balance to 0. Just set it to 0. And lower the sensitivity till it's quiet, basically. You can still dig. I have not gone to the beach more than a couple of times with it, but I've had no problem around here really. And in the dry sand on the beach, I can actually put it in field mode or park mode and hunt in the dry sand, no problem at all. So the thing still runs really deep in dry sand on the beach, and I'm talking saltwater beaches. So it's been fine. It definitely was much better than my other machine I had before this. It's a deep machine. I've dug many deep targets with this. One thing to always look for on deep targets, pay attention to the tone. You will hear a slight tone sometimes on something deep where there'll be no VDI. Me personally, I don't pass that stuff up. I found an Indian head scent one time about 12 inches down that was, you could hear the tone clean. There was no VDI at all. Same thing with a half dime that I found, seeded half dime from 1838. That was in the middle of a farm field, and that thing was down about 11 inches. And that had a whisper of a tone, and I think the VDI flashed like some number real quick, but overall it wasn't showing a VDI, but I could hear the tone, and it was about 11 inches deep, 1838, seeded half dime. So this thing will go deep. Got to keep in mind those deep ones, 8-10 inches plus. If there's something there, it will pick it up. But you have to pay attention to tone. You have to definitely learn to use your ears and dig on tone a lot, and not just VDI. My dog's barking. Okay, so I've been very happy with this machine. I think you will be happy too. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. And we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll be out there soon. Thank you very much.